So now that we're happy that we've connected it into power, we've connected it into the fire alarm system, what we're going to do is turn it on. Now when you first turn it on, you can see you've got a flashing amber LED. So that's telling us that this is actually doing a radio channel scan. And it's channel scanning through about 15 different channels, and it's trying to tune in to the strongest part. So we just wait for that to go through, and then when it's happy and it's selected its channel, what it will do is the power LED will go green. And as soon as that is green, that means it's okay to start binding in and building your ProHub network. Now, just to let you know that green LED came on top there as well. That's the cloud LED. So if you are using this for online diagnostics using the Insight, then that will tell you that that's gone online. But there's a separate video showing how to do that. So the next stage is to connect in the different devices. We've got a Pro extender here. If you've got a big network, you need to make the radio signal go further. We're going to connect in a Freedor and also a Dorgard as well. So let's power the extender. What you need to do in order to connect in different devices, you need to put them into bind mode. And each device will have a bind button. On the ProHub, it's just connected behind this cover. There's a small black tactile switch that you can push with your finger, and you'll see that the radio LED starts to flash green. So it says, okay, I'm ready to bind to different devices. And we go to the extender first. And what we do is we will push there will be a blue button that's just on the bottom of the circuit board. We push that once. And then again, you see you get the flashing green LED. So that's saying, okay, I'm now waiting to bind to something. It's confirmed. Okay, I've now bound it. I'm flashing amber again, so the extender's now doing its channel scan. And whilst that's going through, what we do is we go to the Freedor, and we'll connect this to the ProHub as well. So just need to pull the cover off, and again we've got a small black button on here, which is your bind button, which we're going to press once, and you'll see the flashing green LED on the radio side. So that will go solid. That confirms that it's now bound, and it's also gone solid on the ProHub as well. And with the Freedor, after it's bound in, you put the cover back on, and then it will hold the door open. Without the cover on, it doesn't hold the door open. It's a little safety feature on that one. Then we move on to the Dorgard. Now the bind button on the Dorgard is just inside the case, inside that little small hole there. But the process is exactly the same. We get a flashing green radio LED whilst it's searching for another device, and it will go solid green. And you'll hear the motor run that's saying, okay, now I'm bound, I've got a parent unit, I can lock down the plunger. Now, importantly, when you've bound everything to the ProHub, before you start building another part of the network, you do need to take it out of bind mode. So just hit that bind button once again, and what that's done is taken it out of bind mode. So if you're going to build a bigger network, for example, and you're going to start binding in new devices to the extender, then you only want one in bind mode at once to make sure that you're building the network in the correct way and they're not binding to something different. You will see, just a note, you will see on the ProHub, you've got an amber LED on the bottom there. All that tells you, if you have an amber LED, it's saying that some of the devices that are now bound to it are on a slightly different version of firmware. So what it's going to try and do, it's going to update the bound devices to the same version firmware that's on here. So that's nothing to worry about. It's just doing an over-the-air update to the devices that link to it. It will try again and it will carry on doing that until it's matched the rest of the network. So that's nothing to worry about, that amber light. And you now have the devices all bound in as they should be.